I will crush anyone who blocks my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill. Somehow we managed to capture the Great Bridge of Myrddin.
We certainly did. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to Fire Emblem Three Houses. We have managed to... Is this the second? The first is defeating the thieves, and then... Okay, this is the third mission of the adult campaign for the church.
To see the Imperial army hold its ground until every last soldier fell, that is true dedication.
Did they? No, they didn't. Oh, actually, the Imperial army did. It was Lawrence's reinforcements that didn't.
It is clear that Edelgard is not some cruel emperor who holds her people in a vice-like grip. There is something more driving our foes. From here on out, our journey will not be an easy one.
I mean, has it been easy so far?
Excuse me, sir. Gilbert is here.
Oh, hey, Gilbert. Did not expect to see you.
Gilbert? What was he doing all this time? We had better go and meet with him.
So, you've captured the Great Bridge of Myrddin. I'm impressed that you were able to break through their defenses.
A little bit of a frosty greeting, if I can say so.
Save your praise, Gilbert. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Why are you here? Why now?
I am once again in the service of Dimitri.
I mean, that makes sense. Although, actually, that's super touching, because he left and came to the church because he couldn't deal with what he had done to his family. And when the church fell, his response, instead of continuing to run, was to go back to the kingdom.
He was in hiding in Fraldaria's territory, where he was biding his time for a counteroffensive.
Can I actually ally with both Claude and Dimitri in this playthrough? This is the best playthrough ever.
Dimitri is alive?
Yes, he was to be executed in Ferdiad, but Dedue stepped forward to rescue him.
Okay, just like what happened in the Golden Deer.
I am here today by command of Dimitri himself. We realize that our enemies are the same, and that it may be advantageous to join forces.
So I'm guessing that I'm not going to do the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, because unlike the Golden Deer or the, I've forgotten their name. Blue Lions? But yeah, unlike those two campaigns, in Blue Lions, it looked like we were going... That feels wrong. I don't think it's Blue Lions. It's Blue something. But in the Blue campaign, it was like we were on the verge of allying with Claude, but then there were like some problems with messengers getting killed, and no one was sure of the other's intentions, so we ended up having to fight him. And then, obviously, in the Golden Deer campaign, we ended up, like, Dimitri was just crazed and would not listen to reason. We had to put him down. But in this one, both Claude and Dimitri seem to be having their facilities and having reliable messengers.
I see. I shall hear you out.
We are preparing to advance against the Empire. Will you join us as we march toward the Imperial capital?
Well, this seems very short. We can't already be...
That is too much to ask. Then at least allow us to freely cross the Great Bridge of Myrddin.
Oh, and I should get the choice. You know what? I do think you would say, because that is where we're ultimately going.
Hold a moment. We have just finished a fierce battle, and our forces are few.
Oh, you meant like right now?
To march straight for the main body of the Imperial army and challenge them? It is too soon. I am happy to allow safe passage over the bridge, but to lend our aid asks too much of us. Is that not so?
Why'd you give me a choice if I was going to be countermanded?
If you would be willing to wait a few months, we might be able to offer something more.
I am afraid His Highness is not able to stop his advance.
Okay, so Dimitri's going to get killed going against the Empire before we're ready. That makes more sense. I was like, this is awfully fast be going to the Imperial capital.
If that is the case, I am afraid we cannot join you. Please, send our regards to Dimitri.
I understand. It's unfortunate that we were not able to secure the help of the Knights of Seros.
I mean, you are freely crossing. We're kind of helping you.
Still, I'm grateful that we can cross the Great Bridge of Myrddin safely. Thank you for that. This will be a fight to the death. It is highly likely that we will meet our end.
Obviously, we're going to have to be the ones to finish off Edelgard.
I wish you both the best of luck in the battles ahead.
Too bad.
And may the goddess protect you as well.
Part 2. Silver Snow. Harpstring Moon. The Impregnable Fortress.
Okay, so we're going to the fortress that's going to get nuked.
After seizing the Great Bridge of Murden, the Resistance Army starts making preparations to invade Imperial territory, when a surprising piece of information comes to light.
Wait. I thought we specifically could not invade Imperial territory for several months. That's like literally what we just said. I wasn't even running that fast. This is sprinting. A surprising piece of information comes to light. Tomorrow.
Emergency! In Gronder Field! It's...
Oh wait, the Battle of the Eagle Lion is happening?
We are in the middle of a military conference. Please, calm yourself and tell us what is the matter.
Yes, sir. It seems the Kingdom and Alliance armies clashed with Imperial forces on Gronder Field.
I mean, I don't know why that's like... I know why this is important, but it's just like, I'm sure, like, Kingdom and Alliance forces are clashing with Imperial forces all over the place all the time.
Amid the chaos of three armies battling each other out there, the Imperial army was routed.
Okay, cool.
Edelgard sustained heavy wounds and retreated to Enbar.
Oh, wow. Okay, you don't usually hear that she's...
Well then, I suppose.
Sir, the Kingdom army was also decimated, and His Highness Dimitri has been counted among the dead.
Okay, so basically, Claude is doing the Golden Deer campaign by himself. Without my assistance.
What?
Because, yeah, if you remember, Edelgard did have to retreat to Enbar, and Dimitri did die.
The Alliance sustained heavy casualties as well, and the whereabouts of their leader, Claude, is currently unknown.
I can definitely see why this is an oh shit moment.
Unknown. It must have been a brutal fight.
I was gonna say, obviously, between the three options, the one to mourn is the one who's been confirmed dead.
To have lost His Highness. How tragic.
You should have gone with him. I could have won that fight.
Our only solace is that Edelgard sustained severe injuries. This is all quite unexpected, but we must find a way to use this situation to our advantage.
That's really interesting that the Battle of the Eagle and Lion is happening without my involvement.
The Empire's main force has suffered a mighty blow. Edelgard will most certainly avoid the front lines. Now is the time for us to infiltrate the Empire and aim for the capital.
I wonder what they're going to do, because, like, that cut out an entire mission. Will they replace it with something, or is this also a not fully realized?
But what will happen to the Lords of the Old Kingdom and Alliance territories?
They have lost many leaders and soldiers. I'm sure they must be hard at work rebuilding. We will foster cooperation by aiding them through the local churches.
Okay, sounds good.
The remaining Lords of the Kingdom and Alliance must join together to form one union. And you should be the one to lead them. What do you say?
I mean, that does make sense. I can't decide that just yet.
Indeed, it is a question for another day. We must focus on our battle with the Empire.
I was like, I literally just lost, like, my primary charge, Edelgard, was injured, and the other two leaders are missing. Like, it's a lot to take in, man.
For now, what is our next course of action? We must choose a place within the Empire that will give us solid defenses for our front line. That will become the foothold for our invasion of the capital.
Yep, and it's going to be the impregnable fortress that gets nuked.
There is one massive fortress that boasts the greatest defenses in the Empire, Fort Mercius. We will stand no chance if we attack by traditional means. We must gather everyone and devise a plan of attack.
I was wondering if you do that right now. If this is Edelgard, I swear to God.
It has been a lifetime, hasn't it, Professor?
But that's Dimitri. Yeah, why did they say he was counted among the dead? That means they found his body. How is he here?
Yes, I thought so too.
Wait, is this because I picked Dimitri to, like, mourn that he's showing up here now? Would this be Edelgard or Claude if I had picked someone else?
I wanted to slice her throat, but I did not get the chance. I let people die, and yet I still stand.
I mean, that's the... Unfortunately, the, like, mantle of being a... There's actually a great quote from Gettysburg. I think it was a General Lee quote, but I might be wrong. But... They say that to be the burden of being a great general is that to be a soldier, you must... Or to be a good soldier, you must love the army. And to be a good general, you must be willing to order the death of the thing you love.
Rodrigue, Gustav, Dedu.
Yep. And atone for your sins for sure.
You sound just like Rodrigue.
Well, Rodrigue's a smart guy.
A way to absolve my sins. Everyone gives such complicated advice, and I can never quite grasp it all. That is why...
This is such a weird scene. Like, why is he here? And, like, is he joining our army? But this is such a... This has been a whirlwind of an episode so far. Like, I thought I was allying with Claude and Dimitri, and then Dimitri died, but now Dimitri's not dead. Am I in a soap opera right now?
Professor, I came here to explain my decision.
Okay. You could have done that in a letter, dude.
I have no resources to take back the kingdom capital, much less to defeat
Oh, are you
the
going to ask me to
Empire.
take the Kingdom Capital? Is that going to be what happens to replace Gronder Field? It seems like we're largely following the Golden Deer campaign. But with the loss of Gronder, they would have to replace those missions with something.
And that is why.
Professor, you will catch a cold sleeping in a
Wait,
place
was this
like
a dream? I will be very upset if Dimitri's actually dead and I just dreamed talking to him. Although that would make sense with the whole, picking who to mourn and they showing up thing, if that's actually what happened. I know I picked Dimitri and Dimitri showed up. That doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't have shown up if I picked the other two. But I kind of want to go back and check, to be honest. You know what? I'm going to go back and check. I'm just curious as heck. Dun 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 dun. Super curious. Should go relatively quickly. Continue, Silver Snow. Load this again. Might actually load faster than I do not need to watch the intro. Okay, this one is not loading. Wow, I don't think I've ever, like, fully tilted the controller to see just how fast he goes. Come on! I'm not trying to commit too much time to this. I'm curious. If it is the case, I'm not going to watch the third one. So I guess I'll watch Edelgard, because this is still the Black Eagle, like, campaign. It's just that I chose not to ally with her. But I still feel like if I can, I should watch all the Edelgard scenes.
We are...
Amid Ada...
Well then.
Sir,
What?
the Alliance...
Unknown. It must have been a brutal... Our only solace... The
Okay, so
Empire's
all of this is
now
the
the
same.
time.
But
They have lost... We will foster the remaining... And you should...
Yep, that's still the same.
Indeed,
None of
now-
this has changed.
We must... That will... There is... We will...
Okay, is this Edelgard or
It
Dimitri?
has been a lifetime.
Okay, it's Dimitri in
Hasn't it,
no matter
Professor?
what. Okay, so...
Yes.
That
I
does make it more likely that this is actually Dimitri, then.
You sound... Oh, every professor I came... I have... And that...
Okay, and we get back to where we were
Professor.
before.
You will catch a cold sleeping in a place like this.
Did you drug me? Is that his decision?
Is something the matter?
Where did he go?
Hmm? I am the only one here. Were you dreaming?
I hope not. I hope that's not what you're trying to pull, Mr. Game.
I can't say for certain that you were dreaming. But if someone did come here to see you, that person only wanted you to see their face.
Interesting. So that makes it unlikely Dimitri's joining with our army.
Perhaps they wanted you to guide them.
Okay. Let's go ahead and check certifications again. We already have Bow Knight on Leone, so she does not need a new certification. Sedith still can't. Flame still can't. Not surprising. Like, those two I'm kind of like reverse coursing at the very, very, very bitter end, so it's unlikely that they'll ever be able to move up. But you know what? Why not? Let's explore. I, of course, want to do social links, but I just saw that we have a black magic tournament.
Hey, Professor.
So you better believe I want our resident Black Knight or Dark Knight or whatever she is. Really, Hobby can't participate? She's a Dark Knight. She's level 34. Yuri is definitely the wrong class for that. Lacinia also can't? I am confused. Looks like Constance is the best option. I'm very... Lindhart is 26. He's getting rolled over. Actually, you know what? Yuri is super, super resistant to magic. Never mind. Apparently magic resistance does not work the same in this. I'm using two things on this. I realize that's a waste, but man, still. Okay, I'm just not winning this tournament because it's not letting me use any of my black mages in the black magic tournament. I don't understand.
Only I shall know how you died here.
Okay, she actually wins that one. Surprisingly. We'll take 3 hits. 14 plus 14 will kill her. I hate to do it, but I've gotta...
Imagine being defeated.
Alright, another 14-14, so this will be the last one I get. Very annoyed that, while like actually really good black mages aren't allowed to compete. Semi-finals, this is where we lose. Oh, guard. That's why she survived that one time. If the warlock somehow misses, we're okay. Did not somehow miss. I'm surprised that Dimitri, or not Dimitri, that Yuri took that much damage, because usually he takes no damage from magic. Okay, and we've got a good bit of social linkage to go through. Tarash has Petra. I'm not 100% sure how he got Petra, because Petra was not participating in the battle, but you know what? I'm saving Catherine. I'm still saving Catherine. That's me. Okay, so Felix and Mercedes end up with a level C rank. This is going to be nothing.
Here you go, Felix. Have some tea.
What is your obsession with tea?
Oh.
Sorry, but we're all out of cakes. Should I bake some more?
Please, don't.
I love how freaking why did they decide that Felix's character trait is that he doesn't like sweets, and like literally everyone harasses him about it?
Oh, your clothes are so dirty. Let me wash them for you.
Mercedes, what's wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just making tea. Is there something wrong with
This
that?
this doesn't feel like a level C rank conversation.
You're not my mother. You don't have to bother with all this. I can do without it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
I mean, you were not being rude. You were being the exact opposite.
You just remind me so much of my little brother.
Oh, Emil?
Your brother is Yaritza, the Death Knight.
How is this a rank C conversation?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you remind me of the Death Knight or Yaritza. Just Emil.
But they're the same person.
I mean, people change. People can change, people can change.
Sorry to state the obvious, but I'm not your brother. I'm not Emil. Can't you find someone else to bother?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Or Mercedes.
Please help yourself to more tea if you'd like. I can leave the pot. Goodbye.
I am me, Felix Hugo Fraldarius. There is no one else.
I am my scars.
Brother.
He's probably thinking of his older brother that died protecting Dimitri. How is that a rank C conversation? I do not understand. Oh, hey, Raphael and Flame finished up. I still love... I want to be in the room when they decided to make the scream off the, like, way to go forward. Man, can you imagine being this voice actress?
Nice work. Here you go. Drink up.
Oh, thank you. This water tastes absolutely divine.
Well, it should. I stole it from the chapel.
Your shouts are really coming from the gut now. I bet you're getting stronger too.
I'm not so sure I'm stronger, but somehow, when I shout, I'm able to move more books than normal.
Well, that's being stronger, although I'm sure you're bothering the heck out of everyone in the library.
Although my brother becomes very anxious anytime he hears me shouting. I do suppose my body feels a bit sturdier now, though. I'm so very grateful to you, Raphael.
I'm glad that worked out. I don't know how it did.
Oh no, thank you. I'm just happy to have someone to shout with.
But doesn't all this shouting keep you from your precious workout regimen?
This is his workout regimen.
Nah, don't worry about that. I think I'm in better shape now than I was before. My muscles work overtime when they hear you shouting so close to me.
Isn't that wonderful? Come along, Raphael's muscles. We can do this.
We can do this. Stay positive. We can do this.
It is
Superior
my wish
tactics.
that someday I'll be able to lift a log all on my own with these arms of mine.
I'm sure they will. I used to think you were a lost cause, but look at you now. If you really want to get there, you gotta start training your muscles when we shout, all right? You've already got big brains. But if we can get you big muscles too, you're gonna be invincible.
Invincible. I like the sound of that.
That means people can't see you.
Rah!
God dang it. Seriously, they're ending with this? I was wondering if that was the end. It felt like an ending. Okay, Lysithia. Oh, has a double finish up as well, actually. So her last bit with Leone. I know we've seen this before, but it's Leone. We're watching it.
I'm about to take out the trash. Got anything you want me to take? How about these? Just some old study notes of mine. Wow, that's quite the pile there. You sure it's all fine to throw away?
Of course. It's all safely stored in my brain now. If I concentrate, I can access any of it with ease.
Yeah, the problem with that is that you get older and you get forgetful.
Why am I not surprised? I wish I had even half your power of concentration. Okay, here we go. Ugh, this is pretty heavy. Well, it'll be a good workout. Oh, but you were telling me not to take my training so lightly. Still, can't hurt to get a little exercise in. I'll just take it at a run. See you later. What is it, Lysithia? Was there something in that pile of paper you wanted to hang on to after all?
No, that's not it. There's just something I want to say to you.
I remember this. I remember liking it because one of the few times where Lysithia admits she's wrong.
I'm sorry for saying your way of doing things was inefficient. You've clearly grown plenty strong, doing things as you have. Not to mention, multitasking and training in that way surely presents interesting challenges.
Well, sure. But if everyone has their own methods, then your methods aren't wrong either. All you did was share them with me, so there's no need for apologies. Still, it's probably beyond me to imitate your levels of focus and concentration.
I mean, you can't go through life expecting to imitate others.
How do you even manage to throw yourself into only one thing like that?
I haven't much choice. I can't waste even a single moment.
I can understand that. I'm sort of the same way. I hate feeling like I'm not getting enough work done.
I'm very much the same way. I think we talked about this before.
Anyway, you should just do what works for you. You've got something you want to achieve, right? That's why you feel pressured to study so hard.
Yes.
Then focus on what matters to you. Leave the rest to people who have the time for it. And hey, if you need any heavy lifting done, you know where to go. The way I see it, it's all training.
You still go to Raphael, though. Look at him.
You know, Leonie, you're so kind, so strong.
Whoa, what's with the compliments all of a sudden?
I was just thinking what an incredible partner you'd make. Really, you've got all of the perfect qualities.
What?
I'm not simply saying that. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
This is weird for a B rank conversation. I'm getting all the weird conversations this episode.
You're making me blush. What a strange way to compliment someone.
I really feel like something happened and there should be another one after that, but there's not.
Little Lysithia. These ears miss nothing, you know.
I don't think she likes being called little, sir.
What are you on about this time?
Is it true that Count Ordelia plans to relinquish his title eventually?
Well, everyone plans to relinquish it eventually.
Yes, but why are you asking?
I approve, that's all. Throwing off the shackles of nobility to live freely? It's a beautiful thing.
It's so weird. Every time I look at his outfit, it looks like those, like, bands are going into his chest. The ones that, like, go in at his nipple plates. Like, I know underneath they just go, like, around his back or something, but it just looks weird.
I would ask that you refrain from painting them with the same brushstrokes that you so liberally paint yourself with. My mother and father will carry on with all the associated duties befitting of nobles. Only after that will they retire.
Oh, well, now he doesn't approve anymore.
Got it. And that's completely different from someone like me who tapped out of the nobility game, right? Your parents are exemplary nobles, that's for sure. I respect that you support them as much as you do.
Would you just stop? You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, she doesn't like being said nice things to, if you can't tell. It's kind of adorable, actually.
Can't be helped. Meant every word. If anyone should have red cheeks, it's me, given the choices I've made.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Of course. Still, it is a bit cowardly of me not to stand up to my family a bit more.
I mean, it's interesting to hear you call yourself a coward under any context.
Honestly, it's since getting to know you that I've started thinking along those lines. One day soon I'll return to that house. My reception will be chilly at best. Still, it must be done. My house is full of lowlifes. But it also has my little bro, who took over when I left. He's good people.
It is actually really nice to have family you can rely on, so you don't have to constantly try and feel like you have to do everything. Not that I'm speaking personal experience, I don't know what you're talking about.
Even with the difficulties in Leicester, our house is still going strong. That's his doing. That's why I've decided that it's time to talk to him about what can be done to help Count Ordelia.
Repaying your perceived debt would be nice, sure. But it sounds like you intend to foist your
I was actually
responsibility
just thinking the same
onto your
thing.
little brother.
Lysithea is so smart.
Ah, but the two aren't related. This is just the right thing to do. I'm still pondering how best to fulfill my vow.
Are you getting married?
Uh-huh.
Wow. You don't believe me, do you, little lady?
Well, I mean, can you blame her? You're not very believable.
Just what exactly are you planning on in terms of this repayment?
After your family relinquishes their noble titles, I'll support them so that you can all live in peace.
Even though you're a lowlife?
That may be true, and it is, but consider this. I've seen life from both sides, as a noble and a vagabond. When their situation changes, they'll face new challenges. I'm the perfect guy to help them through.
Interesting way of justification.
You're irresponsible and unreliable. But clearly, you're not a bad person.
Although you try really hard.
And your support would be most appreciated. Just so you're aware, however, we have no means with which to pay you. So, are you sure you're still willing to follow through with this?
I wasn't planning on doing this for a payout, but if you really insisted on a thank you gift, well, you could always accept me into your family. Then paying me wouldn't be a consideration.
Ball fist! That is not how you propose.
Excuse me? Just what are you insinuating?
Don't think too hard about it just yet. I still have lots of debts to pay and affairs to settle. In the meantime, let's just stick close together.
Ball fist!
Yeah?
This is... you're... What? No. Not... No. Again, no. Is Hilda also with ball fists? Nope. No, Hilda also already got ball fists. Hilda was with Sedith of all people.
Oh, Sedith! Good day to you, and farewell.
Just a moment, Hilda. How are you feeling?
Sorry? Oh, fine. I'm doing just fine.
You stop talking to me?
I'm glad to hear it. I had heard that you requested a substitute for your cleaning duty due to an illness.
You really do know everything, Sedith.
Just prior to that, you also asked for someone to take your place with table setting. I believe that was due to a wrist injury. It was not too serious, I hope.
I forgot about this. I actually do want to see this all the way through. I don't know if I'll have time, though, because I don't know how much of the game is left.
Ah, you heard about that. The wrist is all healed up, thank you.
I seem to recall also that you declined to participate in a mock battle. That was due to a headache, yes?
I have a very fragile body, you see? It's so kind of everyone to make accommodations.
Indeed. It is a great friend who offers to help without complaint. See that you treasure such friends, and that you return the favor.
Of course. Well, then I should really be...
By the way...
Was there something else you wanted?
I love how she can't be rude to him.
It so happens I am on my way to the chapel to offer my prayers. Would you care to join me?
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to intrude. I've already offered up all my prayers for the day.
You're talking to a church person. Don't say all your prayers.
Marvelous. We must always remember to give our thanks to the goddess. It is essential that we offer our prayers to her each day, that we reflect on our deeds and strive to live as she would want us to live. For the goddess sees all that we say and do.
Man, I've forgotten how, when you don't know him very well, he's such a kind of overbearing religious type.
Oh,
Now, if you will excuse me.
Of course. Goodbye now. is Sedith so scary? It feels like he can see right through
I mean, he
me.
can. You're very obvious.
I guess that's his way of saying stop being lazy. I wish he'd just scold me outright. This is precisely why I try to avoid him.
It'll be hard. Seth is very dogged. Alright, and Leone has one with Catherine and Sedith. But again, we're saving Catherine because Catherine's amazing.
Hello again, Sedith. Oh, full basket. Big catch?
Indeed. Thanks to you, I now know all about the proper use of bait.
I forgot about this.
Even so, that's quite the haul.
I have developed a few tricks of my own as well. In my enthusiasm, I may have gotten a little greedy.
Oh, yeah?
Once I started to catch fish, I began to pay very close attention to the number I had caught.
Are you trying to beat a record?
I hear it is not uncommon for one to become a little preoccupied with that sort of thing. And when I recalled the prospect of having what I caught cooked for me, the challenge was too tempting to ignore. But alas, it seems I have gotten a little more preoccupied than is appropriate for my age.
Well, that's only natural. Seeing what you've already got just makes you curious how far you can take it.
Absolutely. That's unfortunately the problem with rich people, is that they have wealth and they're like, I want to make my wealth wealthier.
It has made fishing an even richer experience for me. And for that, I must thank you.
You must.
Don't mention it. Actually, I should thank you too.
Oh?
Yeah. Used to be, I only ever fished for food. Lately, though, I've been coming here just to relax. I do still eat the fish, of course, but I appreciate fishing in a whole new way
That is good.
now.
You expanded your horizons.
It seems we have both made worthwhile discoveries. So which is it today? Hunger or relaxation?
I'd only planned to take it easy, but seeing all you've caught has definitely made me hungry.
I had planned to bring all of them to you regardless. Take as many as you please.
Hey, thanks. In that case, why don't we eat together? You can leave all the cooking to me.
An interesting relationship is blooming. Okay, there is a rank A still. It's Catherine that caps out a rank B. Oh, I started Catherine. Oops.
Catherine's working hard. I guess even the strongest fighters can't neglect their training. At it again. Or is she still at it?
Oh, a spectator. If you want to ogle, you ought to be a little less conspicuous.
I don't think she's oogling you, Catherine.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just passing by. I couldn't help but wonder, though. Have you been training all this time?
Yes, I'm simulating prolonged combat. Fighting for a long time requires a whole different set of skills.
That's very true.
If you can't handle it in training, you'll certainly be doomed against the real thing.
I can't even imagine having what it takes to keep that up for so long.
You've been in your share of battles. I'm sure you have some sense of what it takes. A brutal, protracted clash in open marshland, neither side retreating. In that situation, what will you do? Your survival depends on decisions you make in the moment.
I see why you're so successful.
Most importantly, don't give up.
Never surrender.
Don't start thinking about how you might lose or might die. Focus on surviving, on winning.
You're right. I've been narrow-minded. I decided, since I don't have a crest and can't use relics, that I'm powerless against someone like you. But that's wrong. I'm not helpless. Not as long as I'm breathing and on my feet.
Absolutely. Good job, Leone.
So, the first thing I'm going to do is learn how to beat you. When you're unarmed, at least.
That's the spirit, Leone. Though I'm not planning on losing either, you know.
Good. I hope you're ready, because I'm going to train even harder than you.
You remind me of myself when I was young.
I mean, you are still pretty young, just saying.
I would become so angry at my own weakness. I feel strangely nostalgic seeing that same anger in you. Huh? Where'd that girl go?
We start tomorrow.
Well, that's a bad sign. I'm going to train even harder than you. Starting tomorrow. Alright, looks like Sedith has Flame. Oh, we're out of time though. So I guess we'll finish up these tomorrow and then try and get around and talk to everyone. Because I do try and cap it at about 40 minutes. The next episode may go over 40 minutes though. Because there is still a decent chunk in here. Alright, I will see you then. Thank you very much for tuning in, and be awesome.
Thank you.